What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. Welcome back to another Farming Simulator 19 video here on the Nope, not the Xbox One. I was just looking at my Xbox controller. Not the Xbox One. We're here on the PC, guys. We're playing the Farms of Madison County. Sorry, I'm anyway having a night, but we're not going to talk about that. Any hoozles. Here's the high-speed plowing video of our. I don't know. What do we call this field? I guess I'm going to ask you guys in the comments. What should we call this field? It doesn't have a number. Doesn't have a number at all. It's not done, as you guys can see by the cliffs in front of us. Obviously, I need to get myself to around 20 million before I even attempt to go back at this. If not more. 30 million would be better. I mean, 100 million would be best, but we'll try for 20 or 30 million before we try to finish this anymore. So basically what we're going to do here today, guys, is we are going to plow what we can without getting too close to the edges, and yeah, maybe do a couple fixes along the way, like right here. I just forgot to do that last time, or ran out of money or something, so might as well fix that up just a little bit. If we notice any dips or humps or lumps as we go that are kind of weird, we'll fix those as well, because we did. I will tell you, or I can tell you, that it took 3 hours of recording. 3 hours of recording to make this video, guys. 3 whole hours. 3 hours. That's a long time. I just want you guys to be aware. You guys know that. That's a long time. 3 hours. I was surprised, honestly, that it took me that long. Now, you know, I only had one of these running, so, you know, of course it's going to take some time. I'm just saying. Of course it's going to take some time. What did I do? Oh, I GPS on this tractor. I don't want to show the lines because I'm a noob if I do that. Plus, I wanted to snap to the grid to get this bottom completely straight along here. Completely straight and just boom on a good line, you know. That was my goal anyway, and I would say I accomplished that. So yeah, not gonna lie, this 3 hours of recording this was actually kind of interesting. I caught up on that YouTube channel that makes those videos from the police body and dash cams. I caught up on that quite a bit, actually. So there's that. There is that. And I'm actually looking at the comments right now from the last video because I forgot to look at them before this. Yes, Millennial Farmer is supposed to have a map coming out in December. Yes. By the way, just leveling a little more here. Didn't like the way it was, so doing a little more leveling. But yes, Millennial Farmer is supposed to have a map in December. I won't jump into it immediately, but I can see ourselves playing that sometime along the line. For sure. Just saying. Sorry, I'm reading comment. Rob, I understand. I do understand that you would be disappointed if I took this to Twitch only. Now, what if I took it to Twitch but also put those on YouTube? Like those streams. You know, I don't right now because I play copyright music, but if I can ever get it figured out, I've been trying to figure this out for a while, and I messed with it a while ago, and then I just haven't since. But I think it would be really cool to do the multi-track audio thingy, and I just can't quite nail that down, and I just need to mess with it some more. Multi-track audio, so that for the YouTube video, let's say you would hear my voice, the game, the alerts, but you wouldn't hear the music. You know what I'm saying? You just hear farm sim and my talking in the alerts. If I can get that figured out, to me that is a viable strategy or a viable thing to do with this series. Still stream it. Although, like I've been saying in the past, coming up in November here, which is knocking on the door here real soon, my daytime streams are going to stop anyway. At least for the month of November. Hopefully come back in December. I'm probably going to be missing some days on YouTube as well, as far as uploading, you know, the Madison County and Xbox series, and maybe even the Minecraft series as well. Probably going to be missing days. I'm going to be working really hardcore on Christmas lights. This year, just like every year for the past 10 years, will be the biggest display that I've put on. I'm planning on adding a whole bunch of white lights to my first tree, and some of you guys probably know the story behind that, so I'm going to add quite a few for that. And then we're working on those snowmen. And yeah, we're having some problems with that. I have the controller. I got that last week. I think I talked about it in a video. Having some problems with the 1/4 inch rod that we wanted to make them out of, like use a roller thing and roll them, make circles, and having some problems with that. I'm not gonna lie, we're having some issues with that, but I think we'll get it straightened out here in the next couple of days. At least I hope so. But no, that could be a viable option, Rob. So this would still be on YouTube, long form, obviously, not short form, but long form, because I know you know you can't watch them back on Twitch because of the music. So, you know, they are on Twitch. They're on Twitch for like 60 days, but I know you can't watch them and kind of know everything that's going on and what I'm talking about and everything if the sound's muted. I know that's not the same, and I understand that. So I do respect that, you know, you're like, the decision's ultimately yours, because it is, but I like the input. I do, Rob. I appreciate it, man. So I will definitely take that in consideration. If I can get that to work, would that be a viable, like, would you like that, where it would be the Twitch, but it would be on YouTube? You know, just if I can get that to work. Like I said, I messed with it a while ago. Just couldn't quite get it to work. And yes, Rob, I know you watched all the way to the end, buddy, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that very much, Rob. You're awesome, bruh. You're awesome. There's a bunch of you guys that are awesome and watch quite a ways. I appreciate it. You know, different comment here. I really do enjoy playing this map as well. I really do enjoy playing this map. That's why I don't want to just stop. But I think it might be time for something fresh on YouTube, you know? I think it might be. Yeah, that Millennial Farmer map, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. The Millennial Farmer multiplayer map, or looking at the next comment. The Millennial Farmer map is going to be very, very interesting for sure. For sure. As far as, sorry, I'm pausing quite a bit to look at the comments. As far as what website do I use for my multiplayer server, I personally like the website Very Games. I believe you can just Google Very Games. I think it's don't know if it's the .com. It's verygames.net. Yeah, verygames.net. I just pulled it up. I prefer Very Games. I've been using Very Games for a long time. Back in the day, when we first had our first couple server maps, whatever, back in the day, Farm Sim 15. Yeah, 15. I had to think about that one for a second. We used a different website. I did not care for their hosting. It was, I thought it was very leggy and just not reliable and all that stuff. We switched to Very Games, and I've had Very Games for years now. Literally years now. All of my Farm Sim 17, I believe, was on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of Farm Sim 17 multiplayer was on Very Games, and so far all of my 19 has been on Very Games. All of my TeamSpeak has been through Very Games. We didn't have TeamSpeak back in the day. I don't think anyway through the other website. We might have, but all my TeamSpeak is through Very Games, and actually all of my Minecraft is also through Very Games. All the multiplayer Minecraft, the different servers we've had over the years, all of that is through Very Games as well. So I like Very Games. I'm not sponsored by Very Games or anything like that, even though the Twitch side probably should be, but you know, that's okay. I've not reached out to them for a sponsorship just because, you know, I haven't. But yeah, Very Games, we use Very Games. We really like Very Games. I personally like it. I don't know about everybody per se, but it seems to run fairly well and all that good stuff. So yeah. So now, you know what, guys? I remembered this little trick. This okay, so this, I actually cut out some of the video. There was a cut a few minutes ago. You probably realized that. But or a minute, whatever, a little while ago. I remembered this trick from when I made the big field, as I call it. I actually did this live on a daytime stream. It was one of my first daytime streams. It was probably like the second daytime stream, or maybe even the first daytime stream that I did. I think it was the first one. And I did this little trick on there, and I totally remembered it after like an hour and a bit, probably, of plowing by myself. I remembered this trick. So we're going to set this trick up. I'm just saying, it helped me so much. When we do the rest of this field, because we are going to plow out the rest of this, you know, area down here on the bottom left of this map. We are going to plow it all out eventually. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to plow it all out eventually, and we are going to use this trick again because it helps so much. After a round or two, or actually even just one round around the field with just say me driving, I would feel comfortable doing this. But you guys can probably guess where this is going to go here in just a second, because I have, you know, my 9RT, had to think about it, 9RT already in the field. This is the New Holland T9, whatever the numbers are after. And then I have one of the modded John Deere American 8Rs behind me there. You know, got to move that case out of the way here. But I've got one of the other tractors in tow. And if you guys recall, I have 3 of these like plow disc things laying around. Well, we might as well use all 3, right? Can we stay like, I was going to say flying V, but it's a really crappy V if that's what I was trying to go for, because I purposely had them like far behind me, which you'll see in a second. Don't worry. You will definitely see. So there's that. Oh, and speaking of the snowman, as soon as I get something with lights on it that's you know, powered, I'm sure I'll make an Instagram video about it. I'm just saying, I'm very, like, I had to look up how wide this was. 15 meters, by the way. I'm really excited for the snowman thing. I'm very excited for that. I had to turn on the allow create field and put it down. Of course, have to do those things, otherwise this isn't going to work correctly. So there's that. So we're going to offset the first one 15 meters to the left. The second one we're going to offset 30 meters to the right. And bada bing bada boom, boys. I'm just saying. So I wanted to make sure by actually driving in unplowed ground that they were going to, you know, it was all going to work. So of course had a little collision back here, but that's to be expected while you're setting this kind of thing up, you know. It really is. Okay, so there's the T9, the 8R's behind him. So the T9's right on line, looking great. Don't mind that gravel spot there. Swear I didn't have to buy a mechanic shop because this tractor didn't have GPS on it. Swear that wasn't a thing. The 8R is also right on line back there. But I definitely figured I need more end rows when I go to turn. So I have to do some end rows. I know I'm not leaving a full pass to my left. I'm also not driving on GPS here, so there's that. You know. But if you think about it, we are plowing so much more now. His cruise control was set too slow, by the way. He was only going 6. Yeah, let's go 9 instead. Thanks. Appreciate it. So it's kind of a flying V in a very crappy V formation. And that's when I offset him back farther because he was really loud in my ears. And I was trying to watch YouTube videos while doing this, and he was just really loud. The way my mixer works, I can hear my web browser and say the game and TeamSpeak and everything else, but you guys can't hear my web browser. So like I could be sitting here watching a YouTube video or a TV show in my web browser, and the recording and TeamSpeak can't hear it unless I check a little box in my software, which is really awesome. Just saying. I'm glad I figured that out about the Go XLR. It's really cool. So I do it all the time on stream, and somebody's like, hey, look at this video. I'll be like, all right, cool. Let me play it because I know you guys can't hear it. So at least that's the theory. One day they couldn't hear it for some reason in TeamSpeak, but I just had to like refresh and everything was fine. So yeah, plowing with 3. Oh, so much better. The turns are a little interesting. Sometimes you got to kind of overly take a nice wide turn, but yeah, not a big deal. Oh, the web browser you guys can't hear. The thing I use it for more than anything is running my police scanner. I run the scanner and I'll be in TeamSpeak shooting the breeze, or I've actually run it while I'm on stream before. I got a phone call from somebody in my family saying, hey, what's going on here? I'll fire up the scanner and listen to it. And sometimes, you know, I'll call that person back, or maybe just won't if it's not a big deal, whatever's going on, you know. It's not something they don't need to like leave the area, you know, to be safe or whatever, then there's no reason to call them and bother anybody, you know. So here we go again. We're just going down. We're getting ourselves a lot of end rows. I will say the end rows kind of are the killer, because with plowing like this, I probably don't need this many end rows. By the way, turns are a little interesting. Sometimes you have to let stuff catch up, because if it gets too far behind, of course, on follow me, it will just fall off and quit following. So there's that. But yeah, this is rocking. This is absolutely the way to plow. This is by far, it's like plowing in multiplayer, but I'm in single player, of course, because this map I had in multiplayer one time. I won't do it again. This is a single player map, but yeah, it's just really cool. It's really a good time doing this, and it was fun once I got going back and forth, because I just wouldn't pay attention like at all. In fact, I think there's a spot coming up, or maybe it got cut, I'm not sure, where I was watching the video, and GPS, if you're running GPS, you get to the edge of your field, it's gonna stop you. Like, it'll just stop tractor, take it off cruise control. I didn't pay attention. I don't know how long it was sitting there for. It might have been 30 seconds. It might have been couple minutes. I don't know. I was really zoned into my YouTube video I was watching. That channel, and I've posted it in Discord before. I don't really want to say it publicly because there is some bad stuff on the channel, some very graphic stuff. But the channel with the like police dash cam and stuff, that YouTube channel I've been watching, there's just some crazy stuff in there that's like not graphic or violent or anything like that. You know, it's just stuff you don't think about, like cops getting in trouble for drinking and, you know, being on the job and driving and crashing their cars and, you know, stuff like that. It's like, whoa, you forget that they're kind of human and it happens, you know. And of course, I'm actually absolutely like one of the biggest, I don't know what's the word. I don't support, like, against against drinking and driving. Of course, I'm absolutely 100% against that. Those of you that don't know, my really good friend, I'm not going to name names, but he was 18 years old and had gone to a party and gotten very drunk, and they let him drive home at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And he ended up putting his car in the ditch and totaled his car, although they got somebody to fix it, even though the insurance technically totaled it. They got somebody to fix it, and, you know, he spent the night in jail, and he got in some trouble. Let me put it that way. That was kind of the tip of the iceberg. The one that really, to me, drove home how stupid people are when they drink and drive, is when there was a girl that I was kind of we weren't officially a thing, but basically we were a thing. Like we would say that word to each other that you say when you're a thing, you know? And it was like kind of a long distance thing, but we were definitely a thing. At least I like to think we were, because we talked all the time and we would hang out on kind of an online thing, but like I had met her in real life, and you know, it was going somewhere. Honestly, it really was. And she was walking home from work because she lived pretty close to where she worked, like it wasn't even that far away. And she got hit and killed by a drunk driver. And yeah, obviously that kind of messes you up a little bit and hits you in the feels, and just makes you very angry at those stupid people that drink and drive. So if there's any, like, oh, there was a cut there. Holy cow. Did you see that? If there's anything I can ever drive home, hopefully to my audience with the platform that I have and everything, just don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. There's so many other like better ways to go at life. Sure, go out, have fun, great, enjoy it. That's not for me, but that's not saying it's not for you. But man, with Uber and Lyft and taxis and just on and on and on. I mean, call a friend. My God, if your friends are any kind of friends, they'll get out of bed at 3 a.m. and drive your drunk butt home so you don't drive home, you know? I'm just saying, if my buddy would have called me that night, I would have been there at 5 o'clock in the morning to come pick him up and drive him home, so he didn't have to drive home drunk. Or in the case of the girl, it was like I said, a long distance thing. So yeah, it was kind of a whole thing. But honestly, I think that one was going to go somewhere. I really think that one was going to go somewhere. Like she was marriage-meant material. And I've not really said that to anybody, like anywhere, but I really feel like she was the one. So kind of scars you for a while. If you guys are wondering why I'm single at, my age, might have something to do with it. I'm just saying. Haven't really gotten over that one 100%. Trying, but I don't think I've gotten over that one. And I don't know that I will for a long time still. And that happened a long time ago. That happened, I want to say like 10 years ago now. Yeah, probably about 10 years ago now. So that kind of stuff, it's more than just the idiot drunk driver that it could affect. It can affect so many other people, and for such a long time, it's terrible. It's just terrible. So there's that. As far as plowing goes, I know I'm jumping out of that subject before I get upset, because I will if I talk about her too much. I will for sure. Plowing, am I right? Lots of plowing going on here, guys. This is definitely something. This is definitely something, plowing all this ground. I mean, it was, like I said, it was a good time. Catch up on some YouTube and just hang out and not really do a lot. Just, like I said, watch YouTube was mostly what I did. I watched YouTube pretty much this whole time I was recording this. So this is one of my favorite shots personally, is looking backwards, especially when they're a little closer to you, but still you get the picture, Of course, I am using GPS, for those of you wondering. Absolutely, I am using GPS here. It just makes life easier, everything's perfect and lined up, and especially with the 3, it just made sense. You'll see when I turn, I kind of look of where I need to go, because I don't have my lines on, so I can't count lines. So I just kind of look and then roughly get it and hit my button. I have a hotkey set up, so it's really cool. One of my G keys on my Logitech keyboard, G2, I believe it is. G1 is like pipe or unload on like, it'll unload a round baler, let's say. So it'd be like hitting Y. I don't know why. I've really started using my G keys more often here. I actually have a G key set up for the ignition. now, which that one's G5. I can hit that with my pinky while I'm playing. Boom. Don't have to take my other hand off the mouse. Don't have to move my hands from the WASD. Don't have to do anything like that. So it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So guys, I actually think we're going to wrap up this video here. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down right here. So I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, a toodles.